Hello everyone. Today we are here with CreepyRainbowPasta.
Hello.
And is there anything you would like to say before we get started?
I'm really excited to have viewers. That's pretty cool.
Viewers are nice.
Yay.
Okay, we will jump right into the questions then.
Awesome.
Do you have any plans for your channel?
Let me see. Plan-wise, I would like to get more active into my channel. I have been busy because I have work and life, but I would like to really be proactive with my channel more because I know there's people that actually do like to listen to my videos, and which is really awesome. I appreciate it. Thanks. Um, but I want to do my 3 videos a week more. So hopefully by this summer I will kickstart my channel again and stop doing just three videos a month and do more weekly.
How did you come up with your channel name?
Actually, MCP is the holder of that title. He actually gave me the name Rainbow a while back when we met, and I could not, for the life of me, think of a name for my channel. So I just kind of added the nickname into CreepyPasta and just rolled with it, and well, it's kind of how it happened.
Okay. How did your persona come to be?
Okay, so all the viewers that are listening, do not laugh at me. I actually came up with my persona from Gaia Online. Um, Again, I could not think of anything to go with my persona name, and I was I could not my brain was racked. I could not figure out what I wanted to do. And finally, like I've been a fan of Gaia Online since 2003, I think, and I was just kind of flipping through stuff, and I was looking at my character that I made, and I was kind of like, that looks really different, and I think that would be a really cool persona to have. And it started out as kind of a rave girl dancer kind of thing that didn't have any kind of rainbow on her, but kept the name. But as it progressed and people wanted to do fan arts and stuff like that of my character, it changed, and I liked the way that it had changed. And the artist Bleeding Heartworks actually made a persona of me, and she changed it a lot, to where I had different boots, my gloves were claws, my hair had rainbow in it, but still had the main components of what I wanted, and it was the most fantastic thing I've ever seen. And so from there, if people ask me, well, what does your character look like and stuff, I will throw out her art because that is my favorite way that it had been manipulated, and it looks so cool. So now it has rainbow in it, and now I have my little bunny girl persona, rave girl thing. But yeah, it derived from Gaia Online in the beginning. So
How has narrating changed you?
as a person, it really got me into writing more stories of my own. And I've been a writer before, but it really gave me more imagination and wanting to be able to throw out my work and show people, this is what I did. Um, it's really changed a lot of ways I view writing and the ways that I view stories. And I can sit there and read someone's work and actually um, appreciate the work that they've done and the visuals that they used, because I do the same thing. I really think about it and try and play a movie in my head as I'm writing it. And it's really changed how I do things because I see writing different. I see stories differently, and I want to read more, actually. So it's changed a lot, but for the better.
How has narrating changed your life?
Well, it's changed my schedule a lot. Um, it's not really, it hasn't changed my life much. I still do, my regular lively things. Um, but to see fans, actual fans, talk to me and say that they like my work and they like my voice and they like how I do my narrations is really made me feel good about myself, and it gives me a little more motivation that people actually care about what I do. And that's changed me and my life because my past hasn't really been the best. So for someone to say they appreciate my work and they appreciate what I do is really gives a more positive image to myself. And um, it's really uplifting to me that people like my stuff because to me it doesn't feel like it. Um, I don't feel recognized, I guess, until when people start to say no, you are, and you see how many subscribers you have, you see what you've done, this is what you've done, and that is it really changes everything for me, and I really appreciate it. Because again, like back then, before all of the creepy pastas and before I knew what anything that was, I wasn't in a good place. But creepy pastas and my channel and everything has taken me out of that, and um, I have a better image of myself mentally. So I'm pretty cool with that.
Okay. Why did you start narrating?
I started narrating because I had other narrators rooting me to do so. Used to be just in calls with people as a person, Um, and when I just, because I kind of came out of nowhere, sort of, um, and started talking to people and stuff, and they're like, you have a low voice, you have a nice voice that you should start narrating. Do like come join us, join our community, be with us, and do our narrations. And I was just like really weary about it because I was like, I don't know how. And they're like, no, just read. And so I was like, oh, all right, well, that's what I did. And if you listen to my very first video versus the one I have now, it's changed a lot. Um, I've had voice coaching from friends. I've had tips and opinions from everybody, and it's changed the way that I've done my narrations. But uh, it was more of like everybody's really warm invitations for me to start, and so I did. And since then, it hasn't changed. Everybody's like, "Oh, that sounded great. Do another one." Can't wait for the next one. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So the fans, the people, the invitations, this is really cool, and the collabs.
What creepypasta do you want to narrate but are having trouble narrating?
Um, that's a good question. I have trouble reading long pastas, really long pastas, because it's not that I get sidetracked while I'm reading. It's just that as I'm reading, my tone of voice will change, and I guess my attention to detail and the feeling that I put in the stories will change. And it's not that I get bored. It's just it starts to get harder for me. And I don't have trouble reading per se. It's just I don't know. Maybe it's the lack of energy that I have towards stories. So I do a lot of short pastas and poetry and urban legends because they're a good length for me to read through and actually put forth as much feeling and effort in the story as it deserves. And so long pastas are difficult for me, but I will if someone asks me or requests me, hey, can you do this pasta? This is something that means a lot to me. Can you read it? If it's like 5 pages long, I will read those 5 pages because it will change somebody's life. But it's just I guess you could say really really long pastas that are like an hour long is something that I have trouble narrating in general, and not short pastas.
What creepypasta has made an impact on your life?
Um, I think one that has made the most impact on me is not. It's a more of a feels pasta. It's called It Hurts a Bit.
Mm.
It is a story about someone who's in a coma that can hear everything that's going on around them, but cannot physically move or do anything to let them know that he or she is still there. And I have had friends, my father, my relatives that have been into a coma and are sedated coma that they can't get out of, or they are forced to stay into because of their condition or whatever. But um, it's made an impact on me because the feedback that I get from people that have been in that situation have actually, like, yes, I've been in a coma. I can hear everything that's around me, but I can't tell them that I'm there. And the fact that they can pull the plug on you at any moment and you're gone. And it's heart-wrenching. It's very emotional. And it's just like hearing the feedback from people, I think, has really impacted me the most. That's why I really wanted to do the story, because I've heard other narrators do it, and I wanted to put a female perspective in that story. And it was a roller coaster when I recorded it. It was I tried not to break down. I wanted to put emotion into it, but not so much that I cried, And I think that is the biggest pasta that made the most impact on me. And I think about it a lot, actually, because, again, I've had friends and relatives that have been in that situation, and it's scary to think about. It's really scary to think about.
Yeah. What creepypasta will you not narrate?
Um, there are some pastas that they're not too scary for me, really. It's just certain things that happen in the stories, like if there's any harm to children, any harm to animals. Um, I do not like to read. They give me a really bad feeling in my gut when I read it, and I know that, oh, well, that's a component to that's your fear. That's how it's supposed to be. It's like, okay, well, that's you. I'm very uneasy with reading stuff like that because it emotionally will wreck me. I cannot. I mean, hearing other people read those stories and I get very vivid images in my head about it, I will, like, I won't cower away, but I will break down and kind of shrivel up because I work with children, and I do not, and I've also worked in kennels with animals. I don't like harm to either of them. They're precious. They're something very close. And I know a lot of people use that as a fear trigger. Like, that's what they want. They want you to feel fear because of that. And I'm like, okay, well, that's you. Me, I can't do that. Um, so those are some narrations out there that have them that I will not. I'm very uneasy with reading. So that's pretty much it.
All right. We are on our last question.
Hmm.
What is a fun fact about yourself?
Ooh. Let me see. Something that's a fun fact about me. I like riding motorcycles. That's a little different, I guess. I like riding, like, I like not daredevil things, but I like motorcycles, sports cars, getting my hands dirty if I have to. But I guess it's more of a rugged countryside to me, and tomboyish kind of thing, even though my persona is just a chick in a tutu. But that's yeah, that'll be my fun fact because I like motorcycles and sports cars.
It kind of goes along with the rave girl.
Yeah, she likes to go to clubs and bounce around without doing drugs.
That works.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people think. Like, oh, you like raves, so you like drugs? No, no, that's not what it is. But
Yeah.
they have opinions.
Yep. Um, um, that is it. Is there anything you would like to add before we wrap this up?
I really appreciate you wanting to interview me. I appreciate people that are listening. I'm really happy that I have fans and people there for me as well as you. It was really fun. I've never been interviewed like that before. So I thank you for that. That's a really fun experience.
I'm
Um,
glad you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for being interviewed.
Yay!
Um, all right. All details for Creepy Rainbow Pasta will be down in the description below. And thank you everyone for watching, and
Thank
talk to you later.
you.
Bye.
Bye.